there was intrigue, there was espionage, there was forgeries. How did your father escape?
So, all right. So now my dad, when he was in the early 20s, when the Nazis finally affected the Hungarian Jews in 1943, 1944, my dad was conscripted into a forced labor camp in Hungary, and they were beaten and treated brutally and abused. And anti-Semitism is in the background of the whole book, including then. And meanwhile, my dad's parents were corralled and deported to Auschwitz, and he had no idea for months. There was no TV, no radio,
Yeah.
no telegrams. So, and my dad eventually escaped. They were marching from place to place to place. They were starving much of the time. They had ridiculous work to do, but finally, my dad had enough, and they were marching. And he thought he was on a death march in the middle of nowhere in the mountains, and he and his friend just decided to take off right at dusk. That was his first out of several escapes. Later on, they got away. They ended up in Budapest. They got corralled by a double crosser,
Again.
as they would say,
Yes.
and then they escaped again. So right in front of Nazi headquarters in Budapest. So that was his first two escapes. So this is the Nazi part. The cloak and dagger stories and the forged papers was there were Wallenberg's papers that my dad and his best friend Frank had that helped them from time to time to move from point A to point B.